Hello, my name is Aiden Vaughn and welcome to my channel. This week I will be reviewing Batman Year One. It is written by Frank Miller and drawn by David Mazzucchelli. It was released in the mid-1980s. I think it's about 30 years old. Could be wrong. Now this was like the Man of Steel. It retold Batman's origin story for the post-Crisis on Infinite Earths Batman. Now, this story is fantastic. It is by far one of my favorite Batman stories. And, it is so good. The movie Batman Begins took a lot of inspiration from this. It spans over 1 year. The first year that Bruce Wayne operated as the Batman. And I love the artwork. It is amazing. And I love anything written by Frank Miller. He and David Mazzucchelli, the artist on this book, they worked on Daredevil from the late 1970s to the mid-1980s. And this story is in Batman continuity, but it also tells the origin of Frank Miller's whole Batman story, other than just regular Batman. In Frank Miller's Dark Knight series. I'm sorry, I make these up as I go. I don't have a script, so I'm just trying to think of what I want to tell you about this, because I don't want to spoil it, because I suggest that you read the stories for yourselves, because I'll review them, I just don't want to ruin them for you. Anyway, spans over a year, and it's also James Gordon's first year as a police officer in Gotham City. He was originally from Chicago, and his wife Barbara came with him. And later on in the story, Barbara becomes pregnant and then gives birth to their son, James Gordon Jr. And eventually they have a daughter named Barbara Gordon Jr. who becomes Batgirl, but that's not in the story. My apologies again. Anyway, it also tells the origin of Selina Kyle, who is Catwoman, and she is the once and future love of Bruce Wayne, because they love each other, but he's Batman, a hero, and she's Catwoman, a thief. But eventually, you know, they admit their feelings for each other and go on to be romantically involved, but that's way, way, way after this story, like decades later. Because, as I said, it's their first year as costume adventurers. It also introduces the mob boss Carmine the Roman Falcone, or Falcone, if you're Italian. He was also in Batman Begins, as is Gordon's partner in this, Arnold Flass. He is a very corrupt police officer. And unlike Commissioner Loeb in Batman Begins, the Commissioner Loeb in this book, it was his introduction as well, but he was very corrupt. He wasn't like the by-the-book cop that Christopher Nolan had, portrayed him to be. He was a bad cop. And he was in deep with Falcone, like he was connected. And it also shows a bit of the relationship between Batman and District Attorney Harvey Dent, who would eventually become Two-Face, one of Batman's rogues. But this is when he was the DA before he became Two-Face. It shows the beginnings of their friendship, and Batman's friendship with Gordon as well. And 1 minute! Excuse me. That was my sister. She wants to play a board game, and I promised her. Anyway. So, to hurry this along, really good book. I suggest you read it. Spans over a year. Has Batman, and it shows that Gotham is a very corrupt city. But it has good people that want to fix it. And that's really the whole point. And, you know, this is just great artwork on Mazzucchelli's, you know, front. As I said, I love Frank Miller. It's got some pretty iconic images here. This is some cover art, because I don't want to spoil any of the actual story for you, because I have the collected edition with a news clipping from the Gotham Gazette at the front, with some stories written by Vicky Vale, a reporter, and one of Batman's girlfriends. But this is before they started dating, because this is the be-all, end-all origin story for Batman. It's just that good. Anyway, I suggest you read it for yourselves. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment. Tell me what you think of my videos and what you think about the stories that I review. Next, I will review Spider-Man Learning to Crawl. It's a mini-series retelling the origins of the Amazing Spider-Man, one of my favorites. And have a good rest of the week.